welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our next series here. Welcome back to the quarterfinals of the WardiTV Monday number 41. We are jumping into our fresh best of 3 ZvP even. And here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the Team Liquid Protoss. It is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we jump into our ZvP. And we have seen SKillous go for some interesting builds so far. Has done 2 so far, and variations of 1 really. I'm going for a really fast Twilight Council into either Glaives or Blink. He hasn't shown us too much more variety than that so far, and we'll see what else he can bring to the table. From the side of Solar, we'll see how he does adjust and how he does compared to Rogue. Now Rogue, he's a little more of an aggressive player. He's a little more all-in as a player as well. Solar, he is likewise willing to commit to 3-base all-ins more often than not against Protoss. So aggression is what we're expecting out of our Zerg players, but we'll see what kind of aggression. Keep an eye on Solar. For now, we'll keep our eye on Solar. For now, unfortunately, unnatural. For now, we are going to be settling in. Unnatural out of our South Korean Zerg player. Likewise, SKillous just going for the Get Expand and the Cyber Core. Again, when it comes to openers, like there isn't really much deviation, really. We don't really expect Twilight Council openers or Robo openers. There are builds that do exist that do start with that, of course, and do bring that together, but they're very rare and very niche, and yeah, they're not really as viable just because they put so much pressure on the Protoss to get damage done early on, and they're much easier to scout as well, and easier to shut down, especially at this level of play. So Stargate play is kind of the go-to. It's going to be the go-to. Likewise, Solar just droning, just saturating. Building up his economy. SKillous likewise soon to choose his tech of choice, his unit of choice even. Stargate most likely into Oracle, but you can open up Phoenix, you can open up Void Ray, you can try to deny vision, deny scouting, try to shut down the overlords of your opponent. Is a way to approach this. So Overlord does break forward. Oracle is on the way. So, alright, getting into the Oracle. Double left towards the main. Double left into the main base. So far, catching out some workers. 1, 2, 3 drones going to be going down. Can we get 4? No shot. 3. 3 drone kills. Not bad. Not a bad start here for SKillous. Likewise, that should trigger a counterattack. There we go. Zerglings are moving out across the map to harass, to try to hit the 3rd base. And we'll see if they can force a cancel. As the 3rd is on the way, and SKillous, actually this time will stay at the 3rd. A's in position, Link spoke in, the Oracle is ready. Catching out a couple of Zerglings. We'll force them back. Behind this early Twilight Council once again out of SKillous. So the same build so far, 4 games in a row. Did it every game against Rogue, now doing it here against Solar. From here, we could either go into Blink or into Glaive at depths. I'm leaning towards Blink for game 1, and ideally we hold off on Glaives until game 2 or game 3. We'll keep an eye on SKillous. Here comes that gateway explosion. 4 gates in total. Lings, they do slip into the bases. Yeah, probe's going to be going down. Getting 2, 3 probes. Oh my god, this is getting out of hand. Yeah, getting far too out of hand here. That should not have happened. Again, the wall was open. And so far, getting 4 probe kills. Ay. Yeah, rough start here for SKillous. Likewise, he gets a full scout. Blink is on the way. Blink is on the horizon. Solar backing up. Going for a safety Roach Horn. Building up towards roaches. Fourth base is being thrown down. Since they try to collapse in. Catching out a stalker. Stalker, not much else. Here, Solar does back off. Behind this, we're taking up, going for a lair, and we are massing up quite a lot of Zerglings, is what I will say. Okay, just a safety Roach Warren, not really committing. SKillous moves out, but again, there should be plenty of Zerglings to deal with this. Yeah, Zerglings they will punish. At the same time, Solar headed towards the natural. Going for the Adept. Thankfully, do warp in time. Skills he holds. He does hold on. Behind this, working towards Temple Archives, working towards Storm. +1 on the way. Late +1. Later charge. But it's getting there. And we're going for the all-in. Again, no real surprises here, but Solar, he's going for a German taxi. He's going for the all-in. As I mentioned before, like Solar, he's also more than willing, or more often than not, he will go for these 3-base all-ins in ZvP. Similar to Rogue. As things do pull away. And the German taxi is soon to be upon us. Again, no drones here at the 4th. It's the one worker. We're cutting workers at 61, so we have undersaturation here at the 3rd base. So Solar, he's undersaturated. Waiting for his Dropper Lords. Okay, here they come. Dropper Lords on the way. And it's on Skills to determine what's happening. To determine what the hell's going on. So far, he has no idea. Scouts, he checks. He sees no drones. No drones here. That's a tell. Yep, there we go. He gets eyes on the Dropper Lord. He knows. At this point, he should be aware. There we go. Throws down cannons. Throws down shield batteries. SKillous, he now scouts you all in. But does he have enough time? Is this fast enough? SKillous have enough time here. Slowly collapsing in the army. Nice moves here with the Oracles. Do punish some of the Zerglings, now going for the Ravagers. Oh, I got no blink! Yeah, no blink. So many Stalkers go down. That might just be game. That might just be game then and there. That was so much damage being done already. That was how many? That was 7 Stalkers falling. Queens, they come in. They zone away the Oracles. Do you have a handful of Stalkers remaining? Bars will connect. Before they take down the cannon. And SKillous, he's pinned back. Storm is coming in. Storm is done. Storm is ready. He's gonna have one Storm here for the main army. Storm connects. Zerglings, they collapse in. And Solar's on it. Solar, he has done it. He has broken through the mineral line. Gets into the 3rd. Lings, they catch out reinforcements. They break their Stalkers. Oh. There are some Zelds coming in though, but there's just so many Zerglings. Yeah, so many Zerglings file in. They overwhelm the Zealots. They collapse on top of the Stalkers as well. Only one Ravager left. That's SKillous. He's holding on. Okay. SKillous, he's barely holding on here. Ooh, takes out the Zerglings, getting into the Roaches, and SKillous, he will hold. He will hold. He will shut this down. And then he can counterattack. And Solar was completely all in. How many probes did he kill? 16. Okay, he killed 16 workers. He did kill a mineral line worth of probes here at the 3rd. So damage was done. But Solar, he needed more than that. Did need more. Checks for a 3rd. Sorry, checks for a 4th. Oh, not again. No, SKillous! Not again. Lings, they do bleed into the natural. Not again. And this is just buying time. It's just buying time here, dragging SKillous back into the main. And allowing Solar to drone. Again, Solar, he's slowly droning up, slowly saturating. Right now, Solar is very vulnerable to a counterattack. Going for the Damnation. Does delay +1. Revelation reveals droning. And against SKillous, I feel like he can't push. He needs to. He's waiting for the Prism. The Prism is on the way. Once it arrives, then he can push out. Just waiting for that War Prism. Then he can start to be active. But this is giving Solar so much time to drone up. And now here we have Lurkers on the way. The Lunkers are coming. Lings, they get into the base once again. They get into the natural, they get into the main. SKillous, we gotta go. Now he's pushing, and again, this is late. This push is late, it's delayed. And because this move out is so late, that's why now they're lurkers. Now they're lurkers to defend, and this might just be enough for Solo to survive. Like, the lurkers are coming in clutch. These are going to be lair tech lurkers. No hive upgrades yet. They're on the way. Are on the way. Do have detection? No observers, but there is revelation. Yeah, lurkers are revealed. There's revelation. Diving on top of the... Oh my god, no! Does try to dive in, but he'll bleed out so many stalkers. Storms are late as well. Ay, ay, ay. And SKillous, he will break through somewhat. But that was a messy fight. That was a very messy engagement out of SKillous. He will lose everything. He will lose everything. Solo, he will shut down the army. Shut down the High Templar. And remember, SKillous was all in here. SKillous, no fourth. There's no fourth base. There's no expansion. There's no economy. SKillous, this was meant to kill. But remember, this hit like a minute late. Like, this was just too late here for SKillous. And he can't expand. Not anymore. Like, So again, we had a really impressive defense out of SKillous, but it's the follow-up where he was lacking, where it came down to not being able to stop those Ling run-bys, Ling counterattacks. That did heavily delay the push. Contamination didn't help, of course. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for Solar. As once again he's pushing into a wall of lurkers. Oh god. Yeah, zealots are melting. We get a revelation on some lurkers, but not all. Not on all. Lurkers moving in, at the same time Link dropping to the main. SKillous, he has 2 more storms. Okay, he has 2 storms available. Does warp in. Okay, can he get on top of the lurkers? He can. Takes down 1, takes down 2. How many lurkers are left? 3. 3 lurkers remaining. Gets a revelation, and can he get until the final lurker? Oh my god, barely not. It's still so close. He's so close to breaking Solar. Boys are being pulled. Only 1 lurker remaining. That doesn't even need it. It doesn't need the lurker. Hydras, they mass in. Can he deny the warp in? It's going to be close. He can. Yeah, denies the warp in, cleans up the army. GG gets called, and Solar, he will shut down the all-in, and Solar will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played again. SKillous, he had an impressive hold against Solar's all-in, and then he followed up with his own all-in. Unfortunately, heavily delayed. He hit far too late. By the time he did, there was a wall of like 8+ lurkers waiting for him, and he took a brutal fight as a result. Like, he could not push into those lurkers. He tried to, he lost everything in the process. GG. GG, well played. Despite that, towards the end of the game, we saw how close it was and how close he was to breaking Solar, but alas, barely not enough. And with that, Solar takes game number 1. Takes the first game, and now we're getting into game number 2. We'll see if SKillous can recover, bounce back, and force the ace match. A very intense game 1. Very intense. Here we go. See, how do you defend against an adept attack like this? Ange responds with roaches. You can defend with roaches. You can defend with banelings as well. If you're referring to the rogue game, the ace match between rogue and SKillous, we saw that the baneling connections were not good enough. Typically, ideally, you want your banelings to be chasing the shade to connect and get like the best like value you can with those banelings. We saw that SKillous was able to split at the last second. He was able to avoid the splash damage and deal with the banelings and then overwhelm. It is more difficult to defend with Ling Bane than it is with just roaches against Glaive Adept. It's not impossible to defend with banelings, but it's just more difficult, just because your opponent has micro potential against you, right? They can split their units, they can avoid splash damage, they can focus down the banelings as well. Banelings are also slower than the roaches, so it is more difficult to defend with Ling Bane. And with that, we saw SKillous overwhelm Rogue earlier, and now we're getting here into game number 2 of our fresh series, and we'll see if SKillous can fight back and force the ace match. I'm hoping he can, but we'll see. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Leylands, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. Leading the series 1-0, it is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the Team Liquid Protoss. Down in the series, we'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this and force the ace match. It is SKillous. We go. And again, SKillous, he had an impressive defense against the initial all-in, but alas, the follow-up there, he was lacking. He was unable to deal with the Zergling run-bys. He was delayed as a result twice, if you recall, forced to go back into the bases. And of course, he had to wait for his Prism as well before he could be active on the map. By the time he was, it was too late. It was too little too late. Solar, he had gotten away with droning, and he had gotten away with Lurker Tech as well. Here we go. Getting into our next game. So far, Hatch Gas Pool, standard open out of Solar. Likewise, SKillous just going for a gate expand into Cybercore. So far, so good. Now, every game so far that we've seen from SKillous in PvZ tonight, he has gone for a faster Twilight Council as he expands. We do expect to see that again. The power of it is that he can choose and pick between Blink and Glaives and try to force like an over or under reaction from his opponent. So do we go into Glaives for game 2? Show us what you got. If he goes Blink again here and if he wins this game, he's gonna go Glaives ace match, right? Like he's got to follow that pattern, I would assume. I would gamble on it. Now though, Stargate is on the way. Solar will zone his skills away. From here, SKillous just waiting for a second adept. From here, we can shade in. Last game, I believe he killed 3 drones, so we'll see if he can replicate that. Once again, links are matching for Solar. If the adepts go down too soon, then Solar can counterattack and strike the 3rd and force a cancel. So SKillous, he has to be careful. Shades in, gets 1. Only 1. Trades decently well against the Zerglings at least, but only 1 drone does fall. Of shades in towards the natural. Oracle as well. Lings, they should look good to be counter-attacking. Never mind. Yeah, there we go. Lings, they counter-attack. Oracle takes a lot of hits. Gets 2 drones. And can he defend the 3rd base in time? There are some adepts back at home. It should be okay. Should be able to hold on. Lings, they poke in. And this time it will not be cancelled. This time SKillous is in position. Twilight Council's on the way, as to be expected. Same build. 5 games in a row. Let's go. Now the question becomes, Blink or Glaives? Last game was Blink. I'm feeling Blink again. But we'll see. Adepts not moving out. Oh, Solar going for a lair before Evo Chamber. Okay, Solar mixing it up. Our attention has been on SKillous. Yep, there we go. Blink is on the way. So we did expect. Blink out of SKillous. Lair is almost done. Nice cancellation. Denies the 4th. There's that Aegis Chamber. This should be, I was gonna say this should be plus on melee. Because of the faster lair, Solar, he might go into plus on range into a Ling Hydra all-in, which we have seen from Solar before. Or many times, really. So do we go for range or melee? What's it gonna be? Yep, range. There we go. So as we mentioned, going into plus on range and going for a 3-base Ling Hydra all-in is something that Soul's very fond of. Yep, there it is. Hydrogen gets thrown down. So we've seen this build before. I believe gases should be taken here, and we're just going to be massing up Hydras and going for a big all-in. I say that if Solar does decide to drone his 4th base, then he can take into lurkers. Oh god. Meanwhile, Lings, they do get into the mineral line. Pro's going to be going down. Little workers do fall. At the same time, SKillous pushing in towards the left side. Lings are trickling in. Most of them are across the map, which means SKillous, he can gain ground. He can push in. Can move forward. Takes down the Queen. Going for the expansion. Hydras are building up. And he should force a cancel. Ooh, that's a kill. Yeah, kill, not a cancel. Nice pick up there from SKillous. Takes down the expansion. Now, this 4th base, I believe, was only meant to be for Larva anyway. So not the biggest of losses for Solar, but Solar, he's just building up nothing but purely Ling Hydra. Retaking his 4th. And we'll soon move out. Oh, never mind. Infestation mid, he's taking. Okay, so he's taking up into Lurker tech. So should be able to get into faster +2. Into Lurkers. Oh, we can see SKillous, he's getting ready for the all-in. He's throwing down a wall of cat. Oh my god, he is reacting so hard to that. I don't blame him. Like, I even assumed that Solo was going all-in, if you recall. So SKillous is getting ready for the counterattack with Solar, so he's just teching. He's just taking up into lurkers. Now, because he's taking up into lurkers, right now Solar is vulnerable. Like, if SKillous were to double down, if instead of, oh my god, Jesus, he's still not stopping. If he had less counters and shield barriers, if he threw down like a line of gateways, like we're seeing here earlier, if we saw these gateways instead of this wall stack defense, then we could have seen SKillous counterattack and then try to break Solar before lurkers. But at this point, again, he overreacted. We have a pretty solid setup here, sure, but the gateways are delayed. Solar poking in. He has no intention to commit. No intention by Solar. Pulls away. Lair is halfway done. Sorry, Hive is halfway done. Solar pulls away. Pulls away, he pulls back. Taking more expansions, droning up to 83. Here comes Overlord Speed. I think this is going to be for lurker drops, or even just Ling drops. Lurkers are morphing in. And SKillous, I mean, there's still a window technically. Can he break through before lurkers? Even if they morph in, there's only 3. There's Revelation. Ooh, 1 Oracle goes down. Decent storms. Decent storm with the Hydras. Lurkers are revealed. SKillous looking for a way in. An Overlord. That's from SKillous is rotating. Does rotate over. Oh, takes down 1. Takes down 2. Not even. That last. The Revelation does run out. SKillous gets punished. Oh god. Oh no. Not like this. As SKillous, he's still looking for a way in, but last is being shut down. Yeah, the lurkers are everywhere. Solar, he holds. He holds, he defends. He's got lurkers at the 3rd, lurkers at the 4th, at the 5th. Lurkers are set up. Against SKillous, miss rally as well, losing an Immortal. Once they find an opening, prism into the main. Let's go. Pushing whenever there aren't lurkers. And lurkers, they aren't quite in position, but Hydras, they do rotate. They respond. Solar, he defends his main. And defends his fourth. SKillous still looking for a way in. We do have a fleet beacon on the way, working towards Skytos. This does feel late there. This does feel late. Typically, you want to work towards Skytos as soon as you see lurkers, but it's been a while. So because of that, there's going to be a big window in time where Solar is max, Solar has lurker tech, and SKillous still has not taken to the skies. So when Solar pushes, I don't know if SKillous can survive that, as he is a ways away before proper Tempest production. He's got one Tempest on the way. Let's go. Let's go the one Stargate. So, yep, just going straight into the bases. Let's create an opening. Likewise, Oracle does go down as well. Oh. You see SKillous does collapse on the main army at least. While lurkers, they knock down the front door, making their way towards the natural. SKillous trying to find a way in. I do feel like these lurkers, they could be a little bit more assertive here. There we go. A couple of them peel off. Oof, SKillous trying to push in. Gets punished. High Templar going down. Archon as well. But he will clean up these lurkers. Okay, they're being cleaned up. At the same time, Solar takes down another expansion. Fourth base goes down. Solar moving in. Going for the robo. And can knock that down as well. Hydras, they almost lunge forward. They almost commit. And again, these trades are good enough here. Oh no, the Token Taurus, no! This Swarm host, get out of here. And SKillous, he's knocked down to 3 bases. Knocked down to a 3-base economy, or less than a 3-base economy. Doesn't really have much left. Wrestlings, they do counterattacks. SKillous, he's all in. Either he kills Solar, he dies trying. Moving forward. Lurkers are ready here at the natural. I was about to say, like, what are we recalling? Does reinforce the 2 Archons. Let's go. I mean, hey, he's got 4 Immortals. True. He has Cloak. Can he break through that Lurker line? It's gonna be close. Yeah, he blinks in. Oh god, the blink was not it. He gets punished for the blink. Stalkers get cleaned up, and there's nothing left to defend here. Nothing left to support the army. GG gets called, and Solar, he will survive. He'll defend, and Solar will take the series at 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. SKillous, shout out to SKillous, he did have his own moments here in this game, in this series as well, for sure. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite able to transition out of his ground toss into sky toss in time after the lurker tech. We spoke about it. There was also a window here where Solar was vulnerable. SKillous, he was looking quite good at the start. Remember, he killed the 4th base. He was able to get warpins into the main. He was able to defend back at home for the most part, but alas, he wasn't quite able to break Solar. If you remember, SKillous, he overreacted. After he killed the 4th, after he was able to do some good damage, he threw down like 5 shield batteries. He threw down like 4 cannons as well. He was expecting Solar to all in him, but there was no all in. Solar, he was droning. He was teching instead. Solar was getting ready for a longer game, and SKillous was investing so much there to defend against an all in that never came, which means his gateways were delayed, his tech was delayed, his 4th base, more importantly, was also delayed. Everything was delayed because he was terrified of what was coming, and nothing came. GG well played. With that, he fell behind. He did lose his lead, and Solar was able to snowball from there. GG well played. With that, Solar does advance on, and the question becomes, does he have an opponent? Where are we headed? Where are we going?